all these plans at the beginning of the day to go out, do some errands, check some things off my to-do list. And then after I did my workout and meditation in the morning, I fell into a hole of podcasts and reading. And now I don't want to leave my apartment. So I've just accepted the fact that today is an at-home rejuvenating, fill my cup kind of day. I've been taking notes for The Myth of Normal, which I talked about in last week's. I love how I showed you the book cover and did not show you the book cover at the same time. There it is. I'm taking notes on Notion for it, and something that I've been finding really helpful for when I want to take direct quotes from the book and put them into my notes is using my camera app. I don't know if this is on Android phones, but you open your camera app. At the bottom right of the screen, there's this little square with lines. You just tap it, and now you're able to basically highlight whatever it is that you want to save. Press copy, and I go to Notion, tap, paste, and there it is. I've been finding it so handy. It just saves a ton of time from actually having to manually type that all out. And it allows me to kind of have this approach with reading notes right now where I can basically just copy the sentences or paragraphs that I think are really significant from the chapter, and then go back and minimize or summarize those notes even more to something smaller. So you just keep breaking it down. And that's a way for me to kind of revisit the material as I try and break it down. Not a new concept, but one that was enforced in Building a Second Brain, which I have talked about as well. I'm trying it out and it's working so far. I feel like it's making my reading notes very usable in my everyday life because there's a little bit more context in them. But for a book like this where everything feels like it's new to me, I am doing so many notes. I'm gonna be scared to see this document once I'm done. I just thought I'd show you that fun little hack there as I hydrate. Sometimes water just really slaps. I'm putting the book down now and exchanging it for my laptop because I want to do my financial check-in. I'm making it a point this year on the weekends to do a financial check-in. I'm in this season of wanting to do a little audit of my finances, my relationship with money, aka like how am I spending money and am I happy with how I'm spending money? That's kind of the main priority. I've been doing this on a Google spreadsheet or an Excel. I just find it really easy to do spending trackers on there. I'm gonna go through my credit card statement right now and add in transactions to these different categories. This is exclusively for non-reoccurring expenses, like non-fixed expenses. So anything to do with rent, bills, subscriptions even, I don't count in this. That's tracked on a separate spreadsheet that has all of those expenses because I am pretty certain about what those are month to month. This is just to give me better insights about where I'm specifically spending money. Is it aligning with my assumptions or hypothesis of where I spend money? I'm not someone who tracks my spending to this degree every single month of the year. I kind of pick certain months sporadically to just kind of audit where I'm at. I'm probably going to be doing this for 3-ish months, particularly because so much has gone up in cost. I just am curious to see realistically like how that impacts my regular spending habits. So I feel like 3 months will give me a good idea of like the averages. Your relationship with money is such a personal experience. So that's why I really think the way that you manage that relationship has to work for you. But I do think at some point in the year, it's good to do some sort of realistic look at where your dollars are going, because I guarantee you might think you know in your head, but there are going to be surprises. It's just human nature to forget those meaningless purchases that can add up, or we just downplay it in our heads. I don't know, human brains, sometimes we can't rely on them. We can rely on the spreadsheet. The spreadsheet does not lie. The credit card statement does not lie. The bank account does not lie. The receipts do not lie. Unless you pay in cash and pretend that certain purchases didn't happen. Which, I'm not saying I do. The rare beauty Oh, we really went for it. But the Rare Beauty liquid blush, this is Encourage, but I also have 2 other colors. They are all so good. I feel like in the winter it just makes me look less dead, which, you know, we appreciate. What's the other thing I've been using? Oh, this Merit Cream Bronzer Stick. Another thing that's helping me just like warm up my face a bit. Go like, whoop, 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 whoop. Maybe a little here. And then I'm just gonna blend it out. I don't blend it with my beauty blender. I instead use this Real Techniques sculpting brush and I just attack it. And then the last part for my face is this Laura Mercier Ultra Loose Setting Powder, but it's a talc-free version. I've been liking it, but it is definitely one that you have to touch up a bit more because it doesn't have that talc in there to, you know, keep the oil at bay for super long. So if you know of a talc-free setting powder that's very effective at like day wear, let me know. I've also tried the Rare setting powder, but I got one that was pigmented and I think I got something that was a little off. But again, when I do wear it, I do feel like it's one of those things where I have to kind of touch it up throughout the day. What do I need here? Okay, I'm just gonna go in quickly with some eyeshadow to keep me alive. Last night I finally watched Top Gun Maverick because I had heard like lots of great things. I actually quite enjoyed it. That beach scene got the hype that it deserved. Today I have actually quite a bit of chores to do around the apartment. Like I want to get some cleaning done. Nothing too vigorous. It won't take me that long, but I want to get that done. I need to go pick up some groceries. I have grocery deliveries coming today too, but I have a few items that I need to get at a different location. So I want to do that early. It is currently 9:14 in the AM. Right now my body just wants to relax and curl up with a book, kind of like what I did yesterday. I want to have a round 2, that's all I want. And there's a side of me that's like, well, it's the weekend, go do it, Caitlin. But self-care sometimes is telling yourself to get off your butt and get the chores done, because realistically, if I don't tidy up the place or go get some of the key ingredients I need for the week, it's only gonna make me hurt later on. It's important to pay attention to present you, but sometimes future you needs a little bit of attention as well. I ended up working a little bit late on Friday, so I didn't do it this weekend, but I actually do enjoy doing my cleaning, at least responsibilities, on a Friday night if I can, because when I do that, I have like the best weekends because I'm not using precious weekend time to do that stuff, even though, like I said, like I don't have a lot of cleaning to do today, but there's some maintenance stuff I want to get done. I want to wipe down all the counters in the kitchen, whip out a Swiffer duster, do a vacuum. You know, this top part is embarrassing, so let's just like pretend that's not happening. I've been putting it off, I know. Judgment-free zone, okay? Okay. I've also been loving this Lawless Forget the Filler Lip Plumping Lip Gloss. It just matches really nicely with Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury. Oh my god, I'm sweating. I'm sweating. That's the look before I get ready. I don't love how my hair has been looking on day 2. This is day 2 hair. Typically I get away with curling my hair once and it lasts me till my next hair wash, but it just has not been lasting as long. I think because my hair has grown out so much. Like my hair is almost at my waist, like the longest parts of my hair. I need a haircut. I have not gotten a haircut. Again, judgment-free zone. Since September of 2021, it's been a year and a half of no haircut. And honestly, the damage isn't too bad. The reason I've been putting it off, aside from the fact that I need to find a hairdresser, which I feel like the hunt for a hairdresser is so tough, but also I don't know what I want to do with my hair. I did balayage last time, and if you remember, throwback to September 2021, I was very blonde. And I love balayage because it's low maintenance. I'm not a highlight girly because that requires going to the salon vigorously. I'm not about that. Balayage, like as it grows out, it still looks good. Like I still have color from that balayage, and when my hair is curled, it adds some really nice dimension, and I curl my hair a lot, so it ends up working out. But I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I just want to keep my natural hair, which is like this part here. I've got some weddings coming up in the spring, summer, so I'm like, do I wait and just like have the moment ready for those events? Do I just go to the salon and at least get my hair cut and decide on the color another day? So many questions, so little answers. I can tell I'm starting to hit my edge. Oh my god. Oh, what a tease. Oh, that's annoying. Anyways, you know what I'd love to have studied? Why the second you close a bag of garbage, you find something else that you need to put in the garbage. This is my third time untying it and retying it. Here's the problem with my cute idea to go do my errands is it turned into me saying, oh yeah, I should take out the recycling while I'm going. Well, if I'm taking out the recycling, I should take out the garbage. If I'm gonna take the garbage out, I should clear out the fridge and the pantry of any old things. Oh, and if I'm gonna leave, then I should just pack up the coffee capsules I need to mail out to the post office because I'm gonna be by the mail place. And all of a sudden, your cute little idea to go do errands just turned into 15 minutes of you getting your heart rate up. I need to put on a coat and get out of here before I figure out something else I could do. So what's the temperature like outside?
Right now, it's 2 degrees Celsius.
When I bought this jacket, I had doubts whether or not the short vibe would actually be something I get a lot of use out of on days where it's not too aggressive in the city. I actually really like it because it allows me to shop without severely overheating. I mean, I still overheat, but some of that's avoided. Okay. I need my sunglasses. I've learned that I think sunglasses are more important sometimes in the winter than even during the summer because the snow is just a big reflector and it blinds you. Oh wait, I can't wear these like that. I need my hat. I've been like looking for another winter hat, and do you know how hard it is to find like the perfect floppy hat? I really like that this has a lot of fabric so it just slouches, but I bought another one recently that I had to return from Abercrombie that was just so tight. Another one from Indigo. This one's from Indigo, but one of the newer ones I got or tried on was so tight. Like I like this little like, oh, it's slouching. It's also got an aggressively big palm. We love a big palm. Okay, things are getting unhinged. Okay, wait, what am I doing? Oh, I'm bringing us, okay. Just absolute. Okay, the lip gloss is kind of being a nuisance right now. I think we're ready to party. It's about to get crazy. We are now ready to go with my garbage, picture garbage here. Cute. I know I'm an annoying YouTuber who doesn't get B-roll shots when she's out shopping. I am so sorry. It was the drugstore and a grocery store. Like you didn't miss out on much, I promise. I saw a TikTok the other day that was like, oh, someone tell me why adulthood is leaving the house and always having to spend $40. No, it's leaving the house and always somehow spending $100. Oh my gosh, like look at this. Winter. I thought I'd show you what I got though, because my grocery haul later is going to be a lot of the same stuff that you are very used to seeing me get when I get groceries. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, acceptable. One of my favorite snacks are these Martin's crispy apple chips. Sometimes I'll dust a little cinnamon on them too. Did also get 2 packages of Justine's peanut butter cups. They were on sale. That's the only reason I was actually considering getting them, because otherwise they are very expensive. I mean, they're still expensive when compared to a Reese's cup, and a Reese's cup, you gotta admit, it slaps too. I got some unsweetened oat milk. I've been really liking this one from Elmhurst. Just oats and water. If I don't have these on hand, sometimes I'll have something from Silk or Zone, and this is where things got spicy. Since I have been getting into smoothies, I want to elevate them so that I'm packing as much into them as possible, as much like good for me stuff as possible, because smoothies are just a really easy way to hide stuff. And actually I just realized that I really like celery in smoothies, so I even have celery coming later today, because that is such an easy way to add another vegetable into my daily food consumption, because it is so important to get fruits and veg, but with vegetables especially, I sometimes struggle with adding a variety of them. Like I love green spinach, I love zucchini, I like peppers. Like I do have them frequently, but to keep the variety going, it can be difficult. So I'm adding that to smoothies, but I'm also getting back into adding hemp hearts. One serving has 10 grams of protein in it, so that's really great for me because I am a vegetarian, so I'm always looking out for that. You can blend them into smoothies, but you can also sprinkle it on yogurt or shake it onto salad. I prefer it in smoothies so I don't have to like taste it too much. Something I am going to be adding that's sort of new is flaxseed. I haven't had flaxseed in quite a bit, and this is another great thing to add to smoothies. And I also got nutritional yeast, which if you've never heard of nutritional yeast before, this is really a really great like Parmesan cheese substitute, sort of a cheesiness flavor. I mean, I feel like sometimes when people compare non-foods to other foods, it can kind of skew your expectations for them, but you would use this in places where yeah, I think you would have Parmesan cheese. It's good in a lot of things. I want to just get into the habit of adding this to any pasta dish I make because, again, this is another good source of vitamin B12, which is something you typically get a lot of when you do eat meat. I'm always looking out for ways to add more bang to my buck, or more pizzazz to my meals in easy ways. So that's why it's like, if I'm liking smoothies, let's add the hemp hearts and the flaxseed. If I'm liking pasta, like, let's add the nutritional yeast, because it's only just enhancing those nutritionally for me. I really feel like this is giving you're about to turn 26 and trying to get your shit together energy, but I'm okay with that. All of that ended up being $57. I also went to Shoppers Drug Mart and picked up some of my favorite floss because it was on sale. Also picked up a new thing of toothpaste that was on sale because the one I'm currently using, which I'm over halfway done using it, but it is not good. I don't like it. It doesn't make my mouth feel as clean. Off my workout with meditation, which I've been loving the daily Calm with the Calm app, because every meditation for the first 8 minutes, it's always a 10-minute meditation, but the first 8, it's a pretty standard guided meditation of breathing in and breathing out, and she kind of pulls out midway through. So even though it's guided, there is a portion where you kind of have to rely on yourself a bit, and then at the end few minutes there's always some sort of takeaway topic of the day, and today was about escalation. And there was a quote she said in regards to when you're having conflict with somebody, to quote unquote seek to understand and only then to be understood. And it was so good that in the middle of my meditation my eyes just popped open and was like, yes, that is mwah. Kind of goes in with that idea of listen first, or listen more than you talk, that concept. And I think it's so powerful, especially when you're doing it with the intent of not just listening for the sake of listening because you're supposed to do it. Oh, I just want to let them have their point so that I can spew out what I want to say. But if you're listening with the intent of, let me actually try and understand where this person is coming from, even if your opinion is something that you feel strongly about and you're not going to move on, which I think with certain things I can understand, right? But if you can at least get more clarity about where someone else is coming from, it helps remove so much of that anger that I think is so icky to hold on to. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily one to have a lot of arguments. I like to avoid conflict, but you know, whether it's like an actual argument or just like an assumption that you make, or even like a passing judgment that you have of someone, you know, I think there's always room for improvement in how we think about people who think differently than we do. So anyways, I'm not sure if that meditation really put me into a meditative state. I kind of feel a little riled up mentally. I kind of want to make it so that when my groceries come, I'm done my chores for the day. I can take a shower. I can get cozy with my book. I'm reading Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. It came out February 7th, but I got it a few days before it released through an e-arc. I love ARCs, by the way. Advanced reader copies are, I think I've said it before, but it's probably the packages that I get, even though they're ebook copies, like the things that I get access to that I feel the most excited about, because it is so cool to read a book before it gets released. I think my younger self just gets so excited about it because when I started as a book blogger, that was the dream, was to get arcs of my favorite books. Anyways, Tessa Bailey is one that I always get excited to read because her books just have this special quality to them that kind of, you just want to stay in that world that she's built. I'm only 20% in, but I feel like the comedy has been really fun, but I've been enjoying, so I just kind of want to curl up and go do that. I've got 2 types of bread here, a sourdough and a white bread. I wasn't sure which one I wanted, so why not have both? You can see such a difference with the sourdough. Sourdough has so much air in it, and then the white bread is just a lot tighter. And that was bread time with Caitlin. take the USB out and put it back in. Remember that photos webpage that you were on earlier? Well, that was a fun interruption. I am Genius Bar for the family today. Air dry hair is very fluffy, but I ended up cutting up some of the strawberries. I really should wait to have them tomorrow, but just based on that bite, they're pretty mediocre. Which strawberries in February to be expected. Oh, that one was better. This is going to be an interesting game of strawberries. Which one is good, which one's meh? I didn't like that. Gonna munch on those, and then later tonight in about an hour, The Last of Us is on, which I just caught up this week on all the episodes. I was behind, but I had heard so many good things about the show that I caught up, and now I'm on the Sunday schedule. I do not miss cable TV, but it's nice to have certain shows pop up every few months or for a particular season of time where you're just anticipating an episode like everyone else in the world at the same time. That's why I wanted to catch up, because I saw there was a lot of people following it, and it just makes it fun to watch episode, see commentary online, edits, all that stuff. Feels very nostalgic to when I was growing up and you'd watch a show and talk about it the next day with your friends. But yeah, I'm liking it so far, so excited about that. Gonna read and just have this nice wind down. I feel like this weekend was a nice time for myself, time to reset my space kind of weekend, and not every weekend I want to look like that. You know, some weekends I do like to be out and about and seeing people and stuff like that, but I do think these are necessary. I need like definitely one of these a month, because when I go without it, I just feel a little off. So hopefully you enjoyed coming along with me. I'd love to know more about what a perfect weekend is for you. Is it all self-care? Is it all social? Is it all out of the house, or is it all in the house? Like, I want to know all the things. I do try and read as many comments as possible, and I'm always looking for a comment of the week. As we know, that's been a really fun introduction to the end card portion of the video. Makes it feel like we're continuing a conversation week to week, which I love. On that note, strawberries are about to be consumed. I'll see you guys with the next one. And I'll be a year older. Last video at 25, not a big deal. I'm okay.
There's nothing wrong with that. Tripping, yeah, we all lose track. I wouldn't mind it if I find it.